Most people took after their father or their mother, but I was not like either of them. My mother was known for her beauty and intelligence, while my father was known for his dashing looks and his beautiful singing voice. Although I do not get their famous good looks, I had something they did not have: a cool head. Maybe it's good not to be like them. I never picked up my father's bad drinking habits, nor my mother's passion for love. I was a good king. I brought peace and prosperity to Scotland, which I believe was the main reason for winning the crown of England. I was James Stuart, King James of England and Scotland. Historians may know my mother as an innocent queen, being plotted against, kidnapped and raped. But I grew up knowing her as an adulterous woman who murdered my father and abandoned me. I was even taught to hate her in several different languages. Do you know how difficult it is to grow up without a mother or a father? Now imagine how difficult it would be growing up without parents and raised by the people who plotted to kill them. Regent Moray, Mars and Morton were directly involved with killing my father, while Regent Lennox, my paternal grandfather, plotted with the other three regents and killed my mother's secretary, Rizzio. She kidnapped her, hoping that she would die, leaving the crown to my father. So the blood of my father was on my grandfather, Lord Lennox, as well. People thought I was heartless, as I showed little emotion when Queen Elizabeth executed my mother. I did not pledge for her release during her long imprisonment, nor did I make much fuss about her death. I did complain about it, but what should I do? Declare war with England? That would not bring her back. My great-grandfather died fighting the English. My grandfather died after being defeated by the English. While my mother was imprisoned in England for 18 years, no one could have saved her. What do you think would happen to me if I were to fight the English? I would just be another Scottish King James died fighting the English. But I did complete her wish. The wish she made the day I was born. She said, "This is the prince with whom I hope shall first unite the kingdoms of England and Scotland." Our sacrifice brought peace to both countries and made England the strongest country in the world. In 1612, I had my mother's body exhumed from Peterborough Cathedral and reburied in the vault of King Henry VII's chapel, her great-grandfather. The last time I met my mother, I was only 1. Though she was not around, she did protect me. The regents would rather have an infant they could control than have a queen they hated. I admit that I did feel guilty about my mother's death, as she died the year after I signed the peace treaty with England. Some believe that Queen Elizabeth only entered into the agreement to soften the blow when she signed my mother's death warrant. The Treaty of Berwick was the agreement between Scotland and England. It was a mutual defensive alliance to guarantee that should an invasion of either homeland occur by either France or Spain, the two Catholic superpowers, it also offered me an annual pension of £4,000 from the English state. Obviously, this indicated whose choice it was to be the heir to the English throne. To the people that hated me, I'm at fault no matter what I did. I was not a womanizer like my father, so they said I was gay. They did not praise my chastity by calling me not interested in women. I am a poet and a scholar, but the English laughed at my Scottish accent. I'm a devoted Protestant. I am sure many of you have read the King James Bible, but many people still called me names. They called me James the Queen, despite my queen and I having 7 children. I was an able and decisive king. Being an orphan king did make me grow up sooner. I declared myself an adult at age 15, which ended the regency's control. When I learned about the Lord of Morton's involvement with my father's murder, I executed him right away. After being lured into Ruthven Castle in 1562 by the Earls of Gowrie and Angus, and forced to put my trusted Duke of Lennox to exile, I strengthened my control and I established effective royal government. Unlike my father, who could easily be manipulated, and unlike my mother, who was always trusting the wrong person, I was a good and powerful king. I still remember the young boy with no friend looking at a portrait of his father and hoping to be loved. Then the young boy who revenged his father's killing by standing against the powerful lords. And then the young man who chose to block off the loss of his mother and called her killer my nature mother. Don't ask me why I did it, just know I did. No more war between Scotland and England.